Well, hello. So here I am on location, as they say, at Life Bank, or Northeast Ohio's organ procurement organization. And I'm sitting with Life Bank CEO Gordon Bowen, who's also a longtime friend. Thank you for making time to talk to me and our friends out there today. I'm wondering if you would just start by telling our friends what Life Bank does, because I find that a lot of people aren't aware of the whole breadth of service that Life Bank provides.
Yeah, so Life Bank has been around, actually 35-year anniversary is next year of saving and healing lives here in Northeast Ohio. So we serve 20 counties and work with two great transplant centers, Cleveland Clinic, University Hospitals, to save and heal lives. So when someone dies here in Northeast Ohio, they're required by law to call that in to us, and then we screen them for organ and tissue donation. And then we coordinate that whole organ and tissue donation process at Life Bank by going to the hospitals, working with the families, placing the organs, managing the donor, getting teams in, et cetera, et cetera. So hopefully we can get those organs and they can go over to those people waiting at the transplant house. Mm-hmm. So that's the ideal for us. So again, we do a lot in the community as well. I mean, clearly our goal is to get more people registered as organ and tissue donors, because that's key. Because the more donors, let's say yes, early in the process, it makes that process so much simpler upon the worst day of their life when someone has passed. So we make that happen, and I've been doing it for 35 years, and it's been an honor for us. And again, as a board member of Transplant House too, it's great to be with you because we see the donation side, but for me personally, that full circle is the recipient side and those waiting. And I'm able to do that, as well as I know our staff has been involved with the Transplant House as well in the past.
Right. So Gordon and I have a long professional relationship and a lot of synergy around this appreciation for the fact that our missions marry so well, and with the hospitals in the middle of that, doing the part that they do, we look for every opportunity to highlight that and to bring our staff together. A personal favorite time of mine is when Gordon's staff come to Transplant House and serve a meal to Transplant House guests. It's not uncommon to have a call center staff member who works through the night fielding calls when there's a death, and that's the first step in a process that's very long and complicated toward organ transplantation. But that staff member might be sitting across the table from an organ recipient, and that staff member might know, I think I fielded that call. I think I was on the front end of this gift of life. So it completes the picture for your staff, and I hope they find it very rewarding, because I take every opportunity to say thank you to you, to pass on to your staff, because they're doing really, really difficult work, and your shift doesn't end because your shift ended. Mm-hmm. If you're sitting near a grieving family and facilitating this process. So thank you to your staff.
Oh, no problem. And I think, like I mentioned, not only me, but our staff loves it, because as I said, we see the donation side, we work with the donor families, but so often we don't see the recipient side. They're a name on a list, right? Mm-hmm. We call, we place the organ. So I think it's an opportunity for our staff to see that other side as well. And I know you've done mission moments with us at our staff meetings, and we brought in people to speak from the Transplant House in the past too. So I think it's very important for us to see that. Again, I call that circle of life is truly part of what we do, and having Transplant House as a great partner for us is a win-win for all of us.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is, for sure. So thank you. So shifting a little bit to the focus of the day, which is our Gordon Bowen Family Assistance Fund, which is a fund that sits at Transplant House but was named for Gordon. His staff here decided to honor his 15th anniversary here at Life Bank by seeding this fund. And Gordon is about to have his 20th anniversary here, so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So this fund has been in existence for 5 years, and although those who stay with us at Transplant House are all getting reduced cost housing, some people need a further reduction. We can all do the math very quickly. If we're asking you to contribute $60 a night for an apartment, and you're here for a month, that's another mortgage payment.
Right.
And it's not uncommon to be with us for a month or 2 months or 9 months. So obviously that's a burden that most of us can't bear, hence the fund. Gordon, I'm wondering if you would just take a moment and say something about the meaning of that fund to you.
I mean, it's an honor to me. As I mentioned earlier, it's the way that Life Bank, myself, can give back to the recipient side, those that are waiting, because without donor families, transplant doesn't happen. Without transplant and patients waiting, there's no need for donor organs, right? So again, it is that perfect match. We want to be able to help that. We know right now that fund is struggling. It's a little depleted. I'm not sure how depleted it is, but again, we wanted to be able to make another donation for you and for the Transplant House for this Family Assistance Fund. So I've got a check here for $10,000.
Wonderful.
And I'm calling this a challenge grant because I told Elaine she can use it today for those people that really need it. But I would like to challenge anyone in the audience or anyone at home to match this, whether you're corporations, whatever. Again, there's a huge need. People are not able to afford to be able to stay overnight. So again, this is a step to help the depleted fund so that patients can stay there and have those funds when they need it. But we really need more people to step up and help as well. So congratulations on $10,000.
Thank you very much. Yes, we wish we could embrace and shake hands, but we're honoring space. Thank you for this from the bottom of my heart and from our entire organization. And we are seeing greater need now than we have in the past. We have guests that are repeat guests with us who maybe came to Cleveland to be evaluated for organ transplantation, return again to receive the gift of life, and in the meantime this year they've either lost jobs or had reduced hours and are no longer able to make the small contribution that we ask. So this is really important to us. And I would like to wrap this up by saying, Gordon is also a mentor to me, and he's known nationally in the Organ Procurement Organization network. And he studies what other houses do and what other OPOs do, and has wanted Cleveland to set the mark, set the bar,
and do a phenomenal job.
do
Thank
a
you.
phenomenal thing. And so we appreciate this collaboration very much and all the heart that you put into it.
Well, thank you, and I hope other people will step up and help the Transplant House that really need it.
Me too. Thank you so much.